Whether or not anybody gets on an aircraft, their lives are affected by aviation and airports. Over a third of the value of all products that are shipped move by air. The products that you use, the way you behave, who you communicate with, this is the invisible market shaping your life. Our relationship with airports in America is not a good relationship. In the extreme, it's a hate-hate relationship. We find them inconvenient at times. We find them noisy. We look at them as congested or environmentally polluted, at the worst, toxic threats. And so airports are not viewed, as they are in many other parts of the world, as primary assets to compete, but more as nuisances to be controlled. You know, when I travel around the world and study airports, I'm really shocked at how far behind many of our airports are. In the United States, the development has been spontaneous and haphazard and unsightly, totally unplanned, versus many other parts of the world where the airport planning and the development around it has been done in a very systematic, organized manner. So we're left with a mess, and it's no wonder that environmentalists and many people in general look at the airport and the surrounding areas as very unappealing and potentially environmentally damaging. Our key hubs are strained to full capacity. Passenger and cargo service will double or triple over the next 20 years. And airports will play an increasingly pivotal role in the competitiveness of this country. If we continue to neglect our airports, we do so at our own long-term economic peril. Well, an Aerotropolis, simply put, is a city built around an airport. During the 1980s, I spent a good part of my scholarly research looking at the way in which urban conditions influence the opportunities for its residents. Then I recognized, particularly traveling around the world, how airports themselves were beginning to drive the types of jobs that were attracted to an area. And I began to see how cities were actually beginning to form around airports, and then over the ensuing 10 or 15 years, develop into very, very important urban centers in their own right. And that's the origins of the Aerotropolis. Americans are not fully aware of the importance of the Aerotropolis for a simple reason. Most Aerotropolis development has not been in the United States, but in Asia, the Middle East, and to a lesser extent, Europe. New Songdo City is an example of what we call an instant city, a city built by companies for companies, containing global corporate headquarters, logistics and distribution centers, hotels and entertainment, and residential structures of all types. This instant city is providing South Korea with incredible connectivity of their businesses, not only to the greater Asian region, but also to Europe and the United States. Understanding the role that the airport played in this competitiveness is critical to understanding how important aviation is to urban competitiveness and urban job opportunity. Aerotropolis is a call to action. Do we keep our heads in the sand and let our airports and airport areas continue to develop in a manner that we end up despising them? Or do we plan them for intelligent growth, making the airports and the communities they serve